Well, hello there, Mark Helton here, and today we're going to talk about event campaign reminders. Now, specifically, I'm talking about SMS, email, and something called Ringless voicemail event campaign reminders. That's right, we do things differently than anybody else out there. We don't just give you one message type that you could send to your customers. We give you multiple message types. So if you want to send your customers an email or a text message or a ringless voicemail, you can do all three. You can do one of three, however you want to do that. But with these event campaign reminders, you have the ability to send a message to your customer or your prospect on a specific date. So for example, maybe you want to send out an email on somebody's birthday, or a voicemail, you want to sing them happy birthday and deliver it to them on their birthday. You can do that with these event reminder campaigns. Let's say maybe you want to set up a birthday rewards club for one of your clients. If you're an advertising consultant or a marketing agency or something like that, and you have customers that you do work for, you could set up a birthday rewards campaign in the system, take you 5 minutes to set it up, and then add the customers into your system, and then automatically on those dates they'll start getting those messages. So you could charge your customers hundreds or even thousands of dollars for this service. Let's say, for example, you work with automotive repair shops. You could help them deliver messages to their customers and let them know when their vehicle is ready for some kind of a service. Maybe 90,000 mile service or something that's due on a specific date, or any of those things. Right? The power is really in your hands, at your fingertips with this campaign, because it can be used in so many different ways. Now, one way that we're actually using it, and I'm going to show you specifically how we set this campaign up here in just a moment, is a loyalty rewards program. So every year on a specific date, when a customer signed up, on the date that they signed up, we're going to send them out a message just telling them how we've been thinking about them, and we wanted to let them know that they qualified for a new loyalty rewards program. So your customers really dig it when you actually think about them. And if you let them know that you've been thinking about them and that you'd like to talk to them, well, why wouldn't they want to reach out to you? And on top of that, when you're offering some kind of an incentive like this, it just makes it so much better. But the fact is, nobody does this, and when you start adding these things to your bag of tricks, you're not only going to help yourself convert more, but if you're a marketing agency or an advertising consultant, you're going to help your customers convert more as well. Okay. Now, if you are one of those consultants and you want to get access to the system, you can actually white label this whole platform. You can put your logo on it, put it under your domain, so your customers, you can give them access to the system to view their campaign results, and they won't even know that you're using Hot Prospector. Okay. All right, so like I said, I told you I was going to show you how to set up one of these campaigns. Well, the good news is I actually already set one up, so it's going to be easy for us to do. First, you just click on where the little profile icon is, click on Manage Account, and then you're going to scroll down to the bottom here where it says More Settings, and you're going to click on the setting that says Automation. Now, if you do see other things here that you don't have access to in your account, that's okay. It's stuff that we're in testing mode on, and eventually it will be available for you as well. Okay. All right. So, whoops, wrong one. Let's click on the right one here. We're going to click on Event Reminder Campaign. Okay. So when you click on the Event Reminder Campaign, you'll see you just have to click one button to be able to create a campaign. You just click Add New Campaign, and you fill out this form. Okay. It's as simple as that. Now, there are a couple things that you need to make sure that you have before. Well, you can create the campaign before. You just have to make sure that you have the date field, and then when you load the contacts, there needs to be a date in that field for whatever field you're creating a campaign on. So, for example, as a loyalty rewards program, we're actually going to be sending out a message on the anniversary date of when somebody became a customer. So we have to have that field already created, and whenever we load a customer into the system, or we sell a customer our service, we got to make sure we add the date that they were sold that service, or else the campaign will not trigger on that date. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and click the edit button here, and we're going to go through how to set this campaign up step by step. So first of all, you have the title. Now the title is nothing special. It's just to let you know when you see this campaign what the campaign is. Nobody else sees this but you. Now here you have group tags, and skip lead tags. Now group is actually one way that you can start a campaign. So what does that mean? Well, if you add a contact into the system and they're added into this specific group, if they have the date field filled out for the date that you have set up to this campaign, then they will receive the message. All right? So in this case, we're using the event field anniversary. So if somebody's added into the group HP customer and they have a date in the anniversary field, then they will get whatever messages that we created here. Now that's one way of triggering this campaign. Another way is by using tags. So I can just say, okay, you know what, I'm going to add the tag customer to my contact or my lead, and as long as they have this anniversary field, then they'll receive a message on that date. Okay. Another thing that you can do is you can actually skip a tag. So let's say that you're using the HP customer group like we already had, and we wanted to skip anybody that has this specific tag. We can do that. And that is very powerful, because if you don't want to have if you don't want to have certain customers receive the message, that will make sure that they don't receive it. Okay. Now the field type, this is something that you have to add into the system yourself, because it's not default. So in order to do that, you can either click here and add that, or you can add it here by just going into custom fields and creating it. Just make sure, and I'll show you here, when you create the field, just type in birthday. All right. So when you create the field, make sure that the field is correctly there is the correct type, and you need to use the date option, because if you just use the text, our system won't recognize that it's a date, and it won't be able to send out the message. Okay. So first you'll create the birthday field, or the anniversary field, or whatever field you want to add this data into, and then when you import the contact, just make sure they have that field already populated, or if you add that information in later, make sure you add it into the right field. Okay, so that's that. Now the remind on, this is where you can actually set it up to send out a message before or after this sequence. So you can't read the bottom here, but you can actually go down as far as, there we go. You can go down as far as 5 days after the event. So you can send out a message maybe 1 day before, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days before, on the same day as the event, or as far as 5 days after the event. And the power of that gives you just so much functionality. Maybe you like to send a notice before somebody's renewal is due, and this will give you the ability to do that. Or maybe you want to send out a casually late birthday reminder the day after someone's birthday. Hey, I can't believe it. I almost forgot to send you this message, or I meant to send you this message yesterday. Happy birthday. It's just, kind of a cool thing that gives you the ability to control when that reminder is sent. Okay. Now the trigger on time, this is actually the time of the day that the message will be sent. Okay. Don't confuse this with an autoresponder. An autoresponder is a message that's sent out in sequence based off of when they're added into the system. This is actually triggering based off of a specific date. So the time of the day is very important. Okay. You can only send out messages between the hours of 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. In the time zone that they are. So just make sure that you keep that in mind when you're selecting that. All right. Now here is where you select the actual reminder types that you want. So you have 3 different reminders. You have text, email, and ringless voicemail reminders. Now if you're not familiar with what a ringless voicemail is, basically this is a message that you can deliver to somebody into their cell phone or to their voice over IP landline without ringing their phone. It's a really powerful tool because it's non-intrusive, and the customer will be notified that they have a voicemail, so when they have time to listen to it, they can. So it's really cool. But anyways, in order to activate any of these, you just hit the text box or the checkbox, and then you fill this out. So here, you select your from number for the text message. This is the number that the system is going to send the message from, and then you just type in your body of your text. So in this case, you can see we're saying first name, Can't believe it's been a year already. I've got a special renewal deal just for you. Got a minute? And then I put my name and my company and then my opt-out reply stop to quit. Okay. Now, the reason why I like to trigger a response is just because I want to try to talk to as many of my customers as possible, as often as possible. Mainly because it helps us to build more rapport, helps us to make sure that, you know, we're doing everything we can to help them. So you may not want to talk to your customers. If that's the case, you don't have to put a question here. You can send them to a website or whatever you want, but you do want to make sure that you add your opt-out text in there. And also, I like to identify myself in the text, just so that way, in case they forget who you are, so they don't think that you're just some random person sending them messages. Now, the email, you want to use the email different than you would a text message. I like to use the email to give a little bit more insight or clarity about what it is that I'm messaging them about. And this is another reason why I like to do all three messages, because the email serves its own purpose. So here I've got the subject line is "You qualified for a loyalty reward," and then there's my email. First name, I hope you're doing well, just wanted to reach out, or sorry, I was just thinking about you the other day and wanted to reach out. I can't believe it's been a year already since you subscribed. Hey, we just rolled out a new loyalty program to reward our best customers I'd like to tell you about. Got a minute? Again, trying to trigger their response. So as you can see, we're using the first name token and the email signature token. What these tokens do is they add in whatever information you have in that field into the email when they send it out. So for example, you know, the first name is Mark. It would just say, "Mark, I hope you're doing well. I was hoping blah, blah, blah." And then on the email signature, we're going to take whatever information you have, and I'll just show you this real quick, in your email signature. So your name, your address, your phone number, all that, it shows up really nice and pretty just like this, and it will add it here automatically. So it personalizes that email, and it's really nice. Gives your customer all your contact information. Okay, so that's the, oh, and by the way, you can also add an attachment. So if you wanted to send them a PDF or something like that, you can do that as well. Okay, so that's the email, and the final one is the ringless voicemail. Now, the ringless voicemail is really powerful, because what that does is it allows you to actually leave your own voice in their voicemail box. And I personally like this touch the most because it just does something that nobody else does. Nobody makes phone calls anymore. Everybody just uses email. I mean, they don't even use a text message the way that they should. So with this, you can really touch your customer, you know, in more ways than one, literally, and hopefully get even more conversions because of it. Okay, so how this works, you'll basically just put in your caller ID that you want to show up on their caller ID. So even though it doesn't ring their phone, it still shows that they missed a call from this number. And then you just select your message. Now you can actually do the message one of two ways. You can either upload the message like I've already done, or you can select from a template that you have in the system. Now, I want to show you really quickly how to record this voicemail. I actually use this program here. It's called Audacity, okay? And Audacity, by the way, you don't have to use Audacity. You can actually use our system to call in and record your voicemail. But the reason why I like using Audacity is because it gives you the ability to edit the file afterwards really quickly. So if you want to take out some pauses that you had in there, or maybe you just want to delete some words that you said you didn't like, or maybe you want to amplify the sound or whatever, you could do that with this really easily. So I'm going to record this message too, because I want you to hear firsthand how I would record this message. So I'm going to move this over here, and let's go. Yeah, hey, it's Mark Helton over at Hot Prospector. Sorry I missed you. I was just reaching out to let you know you just qualified for our new loyalty rewards program. I sent you an email about it, but just give me a call when you get this. My number is 702-500-0374. Again, that's 702-500-0374. Talk to you soon. Bye. Now, once I've done record that message, like I said, I like the fact that I can amplify, because as you can see, it seemed to be kind of quiet there. And then I'll export this and save it to my computer. Now again, I've already uploaded it, but a couple of things to keep in mind when you record this message. If you're recording it in Audacity and not in our system, you'll have to make sure you record it at 8,000 hertz. and it's in mono. And you can do that. You just select here mono, which I've already done, and then here on the project Hertz, you see where I've selected 8,000. Okay, so it's pretty simple stuff, but I just wanted to show you that. Now, finally, and this is another really cool piece to this feature, after they've received the message, let's say that you have more messages that you want them to receive. Maybe you want to add them to an autoresponder automatically so you can keep sending them updates about it. For example, let's say that you were using this as a policy renewal reminder for an insurance agency, or you're an insurance agency or somebody who needs to get in touch with your customer and you want to make sure that they respond. Well, here you can move them into a group where you can have an autoresponder triggered, or 3 different messages triggered that will automatically be sent until they reply. Now, we're not going to get into too much details about the autoresponders in this video, but you can look at it. We'll do another video on this separately, and you might want to check my YouTube channel to see what else is available on this topic. But what happens once this message has been sent, if you select this, which it is optional, it'll automatically move them into that group without you having to do anything, so they'll start getting those messages. Okay? All right, now finally here, you can have the ability to select a user if you want to have one of your team members. If you have a team member account, if you want to have them have access to the campaign, you can do that. And then finally, just check your disclaimer off and click submit. Now, once you've done this, the campaign is set. You don't have to do anything else. Literally, at this point, whenever you add a contact into the system, or import contacts into the system, or maybe somebody's added through your Infusionsoft account or your Salesforce account or ActiveCampaign or ClickFunnels or Facebook or GoToWebinar, any of the other integrations that we have, they will automatically receive this campaign on that date that they're supposed to receive it. Okay? So at this point, you're probably thinking to yourself, wow, Mark, this is really powerful. I cannot wait to go out and start using this. So if you already have a Hot Prospector account, this feature is live right now. All you have to do is just go in there and create your campaign. If you do not have a Hot Prospector account, I want to show you how you can actually get one. Okay, so if you go to hotprospector.com, and we'll just go here real quick. Hotprospector.com, oh, gotta log out. Go to hotprospector.com and then go directly to this, the home page here, hotprospector.com. You can read all the other features that we have available. Now you can see, I mean, this thing does everything. We're just talking about one of the features today. You have a fully customizable contact manager. You have inbound marketing campaigns. You've got your own phone system, so you can do like phone trees, IVRs, all that good stuff. You've got the text marketing system. You've got an email marketing system. We have booking calendars, power dialers, you name it. But if you want, you can read all that extra information, look at the video testimonials we have, and if you decide after doing that that you just want to go ahead and take the plunge and get access to the system, well then just click here where it says select your price. Actually, I just need to make this window a little bigger so everything fits better. There we go. Click on the button where it says select your package, and it'll take you to our packages page, and here's the packages that we have available. So we have our starter package. It's only $97 a month. And we have our solopreneur package, which gives you the ability to add a lot more contacts, and it gives you some free credits in your package. Then you have our small business package, which is good if you have more than one user that you need to have access, and plus it gives you even more credits. And then finally is our elite business. So if you have a big team and you need more credits and more contact space, you can actually sign up for that package. Now, if you do have some more questions and you just want to talk to somebody, well, that's fine too. If you just click here on the request a demo, you can actually fill out the form here. All you got to do is just put in here and give your name, email, phone number, number of employees, best time to reach, and your company name, and we will reach out to you and explain to you exactly how the system works, even more in detail, or walk you through the system and actually show you what it looks like and let you see some of the features in action. So I hope you like this video. I hope it's got your mind just turning with ideas of how you can go out and, you know, if you're looking to touch your customers more often, use this to do that. If you want to work for other businesses and help them with the same type of thing, you can also white label the system that way. All right. So again, thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you on the inside. Bye.